ready for a revelation. The moon, our silent companion in the night sky, is about to become humanity's next frontier. We're not just talking about footprints and flags anymore. Today's lunar missions are reshaping the future of space travel. And what we're uncovering will leave you astounded. Join us as we dive into the thrilling world of lunar exploration, where the dreams of yesterday are becoming the astonishing realities of today. Back in the 1960s, the Soviet Union had some pretty bold ideas about setting up shop on the moon. They were thinking big, dreaming up plans to not just land on the lunar surface, but to build a base there, a place where people could actually live and work. This was at the same time the USA was pushing hard with their Apollo missions, aiming to get astronauts walking on the moon. The Soviets' plan was innovative and ambitious. They wanted to start with a multi-purpose lunar engineering machine, or LIM, which was like a Swiss Army knife of moon rovers. This thing was meant to do it all: move soil, haul cargo, and even work as a crane and a drilling rig. They even had a plan for a self-burying habitat to protect astronauts from radiation. Imagine a big cylinder equipped for a crew that could bury itself in the moon's soil. Pretty wild, right? Now compare this to NASA's Apollo missions. The Apollo program was more about getting there first, planting the flag, and bringing back some moon rocks. It was a race to the moon, and the Apollo missions were like sprints, quick trips to the surface and back. The Soviet plans, on the other hand, were more like setting up a campsite. They were thinking about the long haul. But as we know, things didn't quite pan out for the Soviet moon base. Their N-1 rocket, which was supposed to be the key to getting all this stuff to the moon, had a series of failures. Meanwhile, NASA's Apollo missions were making history with successful moon landings. So the Soviet plans for a lunar base remained just that, plans. But hey, they sure had some cool ideas. While the Soviet Union's grand plans for a moon base remained unfulfilled, the dream of lunar exploration is very much alive today. Countries around the world are reigniting their lunar ambitions, with India, Russia, and private entities like SpaceX leading some exciting missions. India is stepping up its game with the Chandrayaan-3 mission. This mission is all about landing a rover on the moon to explore and conduct scientific experiments. It's India's third lunar mission and follows the Chandrayaan-2, which made headlines in 2019. The main goal? To study the lunar surface, look for water, and understand the moon's environment better. It's a big step for India's space program, showing they're serious players in the space exploration arena. Then there's Russia, returning to the moon with their Luna 25 mission. This mission is special because it's the first Russian lunar mission since the Soviet era. The plan is to land a probe near the moon's south pole, a region that's remained largely unexplored. The mission aims to study lunar soil and test technologies for future moon landings. It's like Russia is picking up where the Soviet Union left off, reigniting their lunar exploration dreams. And we can't forget about SpaceX's Dear Moon voyage. This mission is unique because it's not just about science or exploration, it's also about art and inspiration. Led by Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa, the Dear Moon project plans to take a group of artists and creatives on a trip around the moon. The idea is to inspire them to create something new and beautiful, bringing a whole new perspective to space travel. It's a blend of space exploration and artistic endeavor, showing that space can inspire not just scientific discovery, but also creative expression. As we look at the current lunar missions around the world, it's impossible not to talk about NASA's Artemis program, which is taking moon exploration to the next level. Artemis 2, gearing up for launch, promises to be a landmark mission. It's the first crewed mission of the Artemis program, set to take astronauts on a journey around the moon. This mission will test life support systems and validate techniques for living and working in deep space. The crew, including NASA astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Hammock-Koch, along with CSA astronaut Jeremy Hansen, will collaborate on a series of critical demonstrations during this flight test. But Artemis 3 is where history will be made. This mission is on track to land the first woman and the first person of color on the Moon, marking a significant step forward in diversity and inclusion in space exploration. Artemis 3 will lay the groundwork for long-term human exploration missions to the Moon and eventually to Mars. This mission is a key part of NASA's broader Moon-to-Mars exploration strategy, using the Moon as a stepping stone for more ambitious space journeys. Recent updates have highlighted some challenges in the progress in the Artemis program. The Artemis 3 crewed lunar landing, initially targeted for 2025, faces multiple challenges, including an ambitious schedule and delays in key events. Despite these challenges, NASA continues to make progress, including the development of new spacesuits by Axiom Space for the Artemis 3 mission. These modern suits, revealed in 2023, incorporate the latest technology and enhanced mobility, crucial for the first woman to walk on the Moon and future lunar explorers. Through Artemis, NASA aims to establish a sustainable lunar presence, explore more of the lunar surface than ever before, and prepare for future astronaut missions to Mars. But the Moon isn't just a destination for individual countries. It's becoming a hub for international collaboration. One of the most notable plans is the joint effort by China and Russia to establish a base on the Moon by 2035. This ambitious project aims to set up a research station near the lunar South Pole, focusing on exploration, technology testing, and possibly even long-term habitation. It's a significant move, showing how space exploration is increasingly about partnerships between countries. But China and Russia aren't the only ones teaming up. The European Space Agency, ESA, Canada, and Japan are also playing key roles in lunar exploration. ESA has been a crucial partner in NASA's Artemis program, contributing technology and expertise. Canada, known for its iconic Canadarm in the Space Shuttle era, is developing the next generation Canadarm3 for the Lunar Gateway, a planned space station in lunar orbit. Japan, with its rich history in space technology, is contributing to international lunar exploration efforts, including collaboration on lunar rovers and other technologies. The strategic importance of the Moon goes beyond national pride or scientific curiosity. It's about establishing a foothold for future deep space missions. The Moon serves as a testing ground for technologies and living conditions in space. It's also a potential launching point for missions to Mars and beyond, thanks to its lower gravity compared to Earth. By working together on the Moon, countries can share resources, risks, and expertise, paving the way for humanity's next giant leaps in space exploration. NASA's vision for the future of lunar exploration is not just about a single base, but potentially multiple bases across the Moon's surface. This strategy reflects a shift towards a more extensive and sustainable presence on the Moon. By considering multiple bases, NASA aims to maximize scientific research and exploration opportunities. These bases could be spread out to explore different lunar regions, each offering unique scientific and exploration potential. International partnerships are crucial in this endeavor. Collaborating with countries like Canada, Japan, and members of the European Space Agency, NASA can leverage a diverse range of technologies, expertise, and resources. These partnerships are not just practical, they symbolize a united human effort in space exploration. The Lunar Gateway, a planned space station in lunar orbit, is a prime example of this international collaboration, serving as a staging point for lunar missions. The long-term goals for these lunar bases are ambitious. They're not just about short-term stays, they're about establishing a sustainable human presence on the Moon. This includes researching lunar resources that could support long-term habitation, testing technologies for life support and habitat construction, and using the Moon as a stepping stone for future missions to Mars. These bases could transform the Moon into a hub for scientific research, technological development, and deep space exploration, marking a new era in humanity's relationship with space. Each mission, each discovery, opens up more questions than answers, drawing us back to this enigmatic celestial neighbor time and again. What will we find next on the Moon's mysterious surface? How will these discoveries change our understanding of the cosmos and our place in it? The future of lunar exploration is an unfolding story, one that promises to captivate and inspire us for generations to come. So, keep looking up The next chapter in our lunar adventure is just around the corner, and it's bound to be full of surprises.